Good morning, children. Welcome to social class. So, in social, we have completed with block 19, isn't it, children? So, let's start block 20, which is the hunters and gatherers. Okay. So, in this block, we are going to learn who are those hunters and gatherers. Okay. So, children, if you sit with your grandparents and if you ask them what were the toys they used to play with, or how do they dressed themselves, and if you compare with us right now, how you are playing, what are the toys you are playing with, how you are dressed, what are the food items you are eating now, and what your grandparents as children ate their food. So if you see, children, there'll be a lot of difference between us and our grandparents. Okay, the food they eat used to be different, the way they clothe themselves was different. Not completely, I would say it's like little difference, we can definitely find it. Okay, the way we used to play. So earlier there used to be large open spaces where people kids used to come out, and they used to play in front of the houses because there used to be a large open space for them. Okay, and mostly they used to be a joint families. Now we are mostly having nuclear families, isn't it, children? And earlier they never used to be apartments. Like, very rarely we used to live in people used to live in apartments. Right now mostly people live in apartments, isn't it, children? So the way they lived and the way we lived is different. Okay, not completely, but it would be a slighter differences. And now, because of the pandemic, we are not even coming out also, isn't it, children? So for every time that according to the time, the way we live changes. Okay, and now we are going to learn about the human beings, about the people who lived thousands of years ago. Okay, so at that time people used to be different, they look different. Okay, how to see that? Please open your social content book, children, and turn to page number 124. 124. So there you can see the picture of a human being who used to look like this thousands of years ago. Okay, so at that time people used to look like that. Gradually, so with the time, they changed the way they looked. Okay, now we are looking like this, but earlier people used to look like the picture in your content book. Okay, so in this, our first topic is about early humans as hunters and gatherers. So the people who lived thousands of years ago, called as early humans. Okay, and they used to be hunters and gatherers. Can you see how they are holding the stick to hunt? Yes, and the clothing, it's different, isn't it, children? It would be either with the leaves, backs of leaves, or with the skin of animals. Okay, so at that time early humans used to live in forest or on the hills. Here in the picture they are showing us how they live on the hills, like in the caves they used to live. Okay, and they didn't know about the agriculture, that means how to grow the crops. They don't know. They don't know that they can produce fire. So they used to hunt animals and eat the raw flesh. Okay, earlier. Then slowly they started seeing the fruits on the trees, and they started tasting it. Okay, and it was nice, so they started collecting the fruits, gathering the fruits. That's why the early humans are called as hunters and gatherers. Hunters, why? Because they used to hunt the animals and eat the raw flesh, raw meat, and they used to use the skin of that dead animals to cover their body. And why they are called as gatherers? Because they used to gather the fruits, nuts, seeds, honey, and roots from the forest, because they used to live on the in the forest, isn't it, children? So slowly they started gathering the things also, and these things they used to eat it raw only, because they don't know how to produce fire at that point of time. Slowly they have learned one by one. Okay, before they didn't even know how to hunt the animals, they learned it. and they started hunting the animals. Then they started tasting the fruits and nuts from the trees. Then they started gathering the things. Okay, after that, slowly everything was started. Okay, so because they were hunting the animals and gathering the food from the forest, they were called as hunters and gatherers. Okay, children, so this is our topic for today, children. I have given few keywords in your daily schedule. Please learn them and write it in your classwork and underline in your content book. Okay, so and if you find any other word difficult in your content book while you are reading in the content book, underline that and include in your keywords. Okay, learn and write it. Okay, now coming to your question answers. Who were early humans? When did they live? So early humans are the people who lived on earth but thousands of years ago. And what do? They used to be hunters and gatherers. Okay, so write this answer in your classwork and please learn it, children. Coming to your next question. What did early humans eat for food? So what they used to eat? The raw meat of the animals, and also they used to gather and eat the fruit, berries, nuts, roots, seeds and all of the trees. Okay, so write these two answers in your classwork and please learn it, children. Coming to your homework, complete the volume book. Volume book 3, page number 20, S1, hunters and gatherers. Okay, so in the next class we will learn the cave paintings, how early humans started painting on in their caves. Okay, so see you in the next class, children. Bye.